Hello and welcome, one and Holocaust, back to Fallin 41, my favorite VR fishing simulator game. I say that with a question because, as some of you know, in my previous review, I questioned if this was truly a game or not, because now, I'm a furry. As a side note, I am now playing with mods, so don't question what you see. Anyway, it is finally time for Barfsucko Crumbo to finally come back out and play a DLC for Fallin 41, Short Boat. So upon loading in, we receive a new radio signal from Ellie, Nick Valentine's assistant, asking for our help. So upon heading to Diamond City and obtaining two very important items, we are told that a couple in the Commonwealth, on the edge of it to be more precise, have asked for a detective, us, to find their missing daughter, Kasumi. After a short hike, we enter the house, and after stealing everything that isn't nailed down, we question them to gain more information. Then we notice some holotapes on the furniture. And so after finding out Kasumi's secrets, we head into the building outside to solve a riddle. The key that we find opens up a safe, and we inform the parents about where she was headed. The father lends us his boat, and we travel to a place called the Island. Extremely classic, I guess. However, once we arrive, we are greeted kind of rudely. Naturally, I didn't take that very lightly. But, as we are questioning them, we are informed of an attack about to happen on this settlement, and so we prepared to defend them. After clearing out some of the new enemies this DLC has to offer, we ask about Kasumi and about Far Harbor specifically. After poking at our brainstem for a little bit, Captain Avery tells us about an old man named Old Longfellow that can help us through the great mist of AIDS to find where she is. So we head into the bar, but before we could talk with him, the bartender seems to have an announcement. Surprisingly, none of the NPCs aggroed from that, despite exploding his ass back to God. He's still good. Ignoring him, we have a chat with Old Longfellow here, and if your charisma stat is high enough, he'll actually agree to take you. But if it isn't, you'll need to buy him a drink. Just like my stepdad. But once he agrees, we head out into the cloud of AIDS and meet some trappers, generic raiders that exist to die. Once we clear them out, we begin heading up the mountain, and we are forced to attend two separate euthanasia sessions. Their disease, their existence. After trekking up further, we meet a child of Adam. And after a peaceful negotiation, we finally make it to Arcadia, and we meet the synth in charge. However, as a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, we cannot allow this abomination to live. Okay, new plan. After reloading a save, we allow the abomination to speak, whose name canonically stands for Dirkin Moreras. He was quite surprised we came all this way just for someone else. I wasn't. He tells us that, yes, Kasumi is here, but asks us if we think Kasumi is a synth. However, Nick butts in, and Dima is shocked to see him. We learn that when they were first created, they escaped the Institute, but we'll get back to that. After the dialogue is finished, we are given the option to head back into modern-day Ohio and inform the Brotherhood of this synth colony. So after doing so, we meet up with Kasul and knows she is not a gun. She informs us that Duck in the Trunk may be hiding something, so we decide to pull off an anime protagonist move. I'm on a watch list now, great. We listen in and learn that Duke the Nuke gave the children of cancer some of his memories as a sign of trust between them. However, those memories contain some very important shit, like extremely important. So after eavesdropping on them, we just straight up tell Dyson on the Horizon what we heard, and he offers us to go over to the children of cancer, and we meet a Titanfall 2 villain. The only way they'll let us in is if we go and drink from the Fountain of Youth. But instead of making us younger, it instead makes us trip balls and follow a black person. How in the hell can I keep up with one? We follow her right into a Genshin Impact party where we forcefully make them meet God. Oh, and we find a statue for some reason. With dildo in hand, we make our way back to the fucking Miso Silo, apparently. And this is where we must navigate a Scooby-Doo-ass basement with some dumbass robots. Once the military-grade Roombas are killed, we're finally able to access Dime's... What the fuck? So it turns out DiGiorno Deep Dish Pizza's memories are guarded by some Minecraft-ass puzzles, and we need to make a path for these adorable-as-fuck viruses to collect his memories. Which took far too long because I'm a dumbass and didn't realize you could press the tab button and store the blocks. Look, I never said I was smart. Once we retrieve all the memories, we begin a scavenger hunt of locating all of the items mentioned in his memories. I'm not going over them because it's fucking 4 in the morning. But after obtaining all items, we now have 3 options. Confront the Valve Index about the murder of Avery. Oh yeah, that woman we first met in Short Boat was actually a synth. But ignoring that, the 2 other options are confront him about the nuke launch key we found, or meet up with the Brotherhood. Naturally, I met up with the Brotherhood. And once I did, we began our assault. Though they may have welcomed me, I never welcomed them. Oh well, would you look at that? Kusua wasn't a synth. Despite ridding this world of a cancer, the synth woman is displeased with me, but I don't care. In order to finish the main quest, we return to the Neko residence and inform them that their daughter has unfortunately passed, by not telling them what actually happened. And this finally concludes the main quest for Short Boat. But for those who are wondering, no, this is not the only outcome. Should you not be me, you could also side with Acadia or the Children of Cancer. But right now, they aren't in any condition to talk right now.
It looks something like this.